Hey ladies, welcome back to the channel. Chenyang here, and I've helped over thousands of women lose fat, tone up in a sustainable way without giving up their favorite foods. Now, if that sounds like something you want to achieve, you want to keep watching. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 3 most common mistakes I see people making that sabotage their fat loss journey. And most importantly, I'm going to go through exactly how you can fix them. Now, these aren't just like BS opinions, but rather these are science-based tips. Now, the first mistake I see a lot of women making is obviously overdoing the cardio. Now, here's why it's slowing down your fat loss. When it comes to fat loss, cardio is typically the first thing that most people think of, right? It's what you'll most likely go to first. But here's the thing, when you do too much cardio, it's actually going to slow down your fat loss speed. Now, here's why. When you do hours and hours of cardio, that's going to spike your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. Now, when your cortisol spikes, that can actually promote fat storage, especially around your stomach area, ladies. Now, also, if you're not lifting weights and you're just focusing on cardio alone, you're also missing out on a huge opportunity to build on muscle, which is going to help you get that tone look you're after, but also help you improve your metabolism. Now, this may be also why you're feeling like you're losing weight, doing all this cardio, but you somewhat still look the same and you still don't look toned. And that's going to be because you don't have enough muscle mass. Now, I'm definitely not saying to ditch the cardio entirely, but all I'm saying is reduce the amount of time you're spending on the cardio and go and lift some weights as well. So what I mean by focusing on strength training, ladies, is exercises such as the squat, an RDL, a deadlift, a leg press, all these movements that are going to help you build on muscle. Now, the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn at rest. And so guess what that means? The more muscle you have, the more fat you're actually going to burn in the long run. Now, the focus on strength training is exactly what we've implemented with our client Loella here. Loella has lost over 25 pounds in her first 12 weeks with us, and this did not come from over-exercising, doing heaps of cardio and under-eating, but rather really focusing on strength training and teaching her everything she needs to know in order to actually help her build muscle. Another example is Jo over here. She was also relatively new to strength training before joining us and had never had a progressive plan in place. So these 2 clients are a perfect example of why it's so important to be focused on weight training and not cardio. So what I would do, ladies, is I would replace some of your cardio sessions now for weight training to really help you build muscle and to improve your metabolism to help you keep that fat off in the long run. Next, let's talk about under-eating. Now, a lot of women make this mistake where they drastically cut their calories in the attempts to lose weight. However, all this does is actually it slows down your metabolism over time. When you don't eat enough, especially proteins, your body will start burning through your muscle mass, which means you actually end up losing lean tissue rather than just body fat. Now, when you're severely under-eating, it's also so much more likely for you ladies to then overeat in the weekends or even in the evenings. If you've had those moments where you just feel like you can't control yourself around food in the evenings before bed, it's probably because you haven't been fueling your body properly enough during the day. Now, to fix, well, you need to be fueling yourself properly. And what I mean by this is making sure that with every single meal, you have a source of protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats, and a good amount of fiber such as from your vegetables or fruit. Now, these nutrients aren't just going to keep you feeling fuller for longer, but they're going to support you through your workouts and your recovery. And that is how you're going to be able to build muscle as well to really tone up as you go through your fat loss journey. Now, protein in particular is so important, and I know how difficult it can be sometimes to get that protein in. And you may also be wondering, well, Chenyang, like how much protein is enough protein? So what I would recommend is aiming for about 30 grams per meal. Now, the third mistake I see a lot of you ladies making, and it's something I made myself, was just focusing way too much on the scale for progress. And you know, I'm sure we've all been there, right? You step on the scale in the morning and it's gone up and you're like, crap, F this fat loss journey, I'm over it. And you go and pick out. The truth though is that, you know, the scale really doesn't tell the whole story for you. What I mean by that is fat loss isn't just simply about seeing the number on the scale drop. In fact, if you were losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time, your weight may actually not change that much. So what I want you guys to do is to stop focusing on the scale, stop obsessing over it, and the fix would be instead look at other measures of progress. You could track your progress also by how your clothes are fitting, how your body feels, how much stronger and fitter you're becoming. And most importantly, this is something we do with our clients. Take progress photos, make sure you're in the same lighting, same angle every week, and that way you can actually see the visible changes that are beyond just what a number can dictate. So there you have it. Avoid these 3 common mistakes: overdoing cardio, under-eating, and obsessing over the scale, and you're going to make your fat loss journey so much more successful and sustainable in the long term. Now, remember, your fat loss journey isn't about perfection. It's about making the right choices consistently over a long period of time. So focus on the strength training, ladies. Focus on fueling your body properly, have a balanced approach with your nutrition, and measure your progress beyond just by the scale in other ways that a number cannot measure. Now, if this was helpful, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more easy, no BS fat loss tips. And I'd love to hear from you. What was probably your biggest mistake in your own fat loss journey? Comment below.